What's up, everybody? It's Friday. It's late. Our topic this week is how we appear to society now. And what it's been like being seen as a man now. And there's a lot of pros, there's a lot of cons, there's a lot of middle things, and it's always something that varies by person. So what I say, it's like for me, doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else is going to have that same experience. I can say that I do have certain privileges now that I didn't have before. And I'm just overall, respected more, and my opinion matters more to people now than it did prior to transitioning. I also have realized that I am not expected to know anything about women or vaginas at all. And when you say something about vaginas, it's like, what does that even mean? I don't even know what that is. Because cis men really don't understand how female anatomy works a lot of the time. I have also gotten some very negative feedback from being seen as a man, being seen as a man of color now. It's not always the easiest situation to be in, because there's times when I want to be like, yeah, I know that I'm black and I know that I'm a man, but you see, here's the thing, I'm not like a normal guy, but that's all I want to be, is just a normal guy. But sometimes it's hard to not other yourself. And when I go into stores or through the drive-thru or really anywhere, I am constantly being approached by people, and they automatically just yo, what's up, bud? How you doing, boss? What's up, my guy? It doesn't make any sense to me, really, because just because we're the same gender doesn't mean we're friends. Most of you are terrible. I don't want to be friends with you. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's the weirdest type of trying to bond with people that I still haven't figured out how to adjust to that. There's a lot of situations where I still feel like I'm adapting and learning what I should do in those situations. Sorry, that was a sneeze. There's situations where being seen as the man in the room isn't always a good thing, because when something like controversial happens or sparks up some kind of emotion in people, you're kind of expected to help handle business and prove your masculinity and, you know, take care of business. And if that means fighting people, you gotta fight some people. But I'm not that guy. I don't ever want to be that guy. I have people that'll fight my battles for me in that sense, and I'll leave that to them because I don't want that. And so that's kind of hard to deal with, because it's like, if you're not ready to throw down at any given moment and prove who has the most testosterone running through their body, it's kind of like you're just like a little bitch. And I mean, that's fine with me. I'll be a little bitch, because somebody's got to, right? There's a weird understanding that I have with women after they find out that I'm trans. It's kind of weird because they just kind of assume that I understand them better. And I'm over 3 years on T. And so at the very beginning, prior to 1 year, I probably did understand them more so than cis men. But at this point, I have no fucking idea. I don't have any idea. I know about periods, and I know about vaginas, but that's the extent of my knowledge about females. I don't understand how the brain works. I don't get it. So, no. Just because you find out that I'm trans does not mean that I automatically, like, want to know all of your, like, intimate details of every single thing that's ever happened to you. Or that I automatically understand every single thing that you're going through, because I don't. Sometimes I wish that cis men weren't what we based our transness off of. I wish we had other role models to base it off of, because it would stop the intimidation factor so much. Because sometimes being seen as a man, I still am seen as like that little kid who is still going through puberty. And so I'm going through puberty as all of these other people are figuring out their lives, and it's frustrating sometimes because I'm seen as a man who is just like a little child. And that's frustrating because all I want is for everything to just work out and be okay. And I don't think that's too much to ask. But it's hard sometimes. Cis men have a lot of years on my transition, and I'm still trying to play catch up with the awkward stage of my body from puberty number 2. And that's grueling. So, still trying to learn how to take it one day at a time and one step at a time, but I'm trying. And there's nothing really else that we could do but try every day to be the best that we could be. Whether that is because we want to meet society's standards, whether we want to see ourselves as the men that we really think we are, or we want others to see us that way. we know in our hearts that we are. And so at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what anybody says. If you see yourself as a man, you're a man. Alright, I'll see you guys next week.